What up, people? It's your boy, Master Judy, out here with another comic review. So we got Batman and the Outsiders, number 13, of course, by Bryan Hill. New artist, Gleb Melnikov, taking in for Dexter Soy, who'll be back next issue. But so far, I really like this issue. It's another issue of heightening the story, fleshing out the characters, which I believe Bryan Hill does an excellent job on. So we begin the story. They're in Gotham City, back in Gotham City to regroup, basically after discovering that Ray Shogul has this new weapon, and Black Lightning is trying to just ascertain, like, look, what are we going to do, basically? I need you to trust me with what you're thinking. And I love this shot of Batman here because it seems to be a mix of some Batman the Animated Series with another type of style. So it's very unique. Also, I always like the cape, him holding the ends of his cape at times. It's pretty solid. So basically, he's telling, look, it's not a matter of trust, it's about um, momentum, stopping the momentum. I have to make sure that my thoughts will be useful in doing that. So he's pretty much saying that Raish wants a reaction, and I'm denying him that by standing down for now. So we got to be patient. And then he's like saying, will that provoke him? And Batman's like, eventually. But Rachel Gould is the most patient man in the world. He'll wait as long as he thinks he's winning, which is pretty nice, yeah. It's like, and basically he's saying we need to change the parameters. We need to learn the nature of the weapon and their weaknesses. Perhaps they have enemies, and those enemies are our friends. The enemy of my enemy might still be our enemy, but we need to get an education on the nature of that device. It's like, so who can teach us about ancient aliens? And then, of course, they get Martian Manhunter to do it. This is another interesting art style. I dig it, actually. It seems to be, there's a easygoingness about it and an also serious tone. Uh, Very serious tone. So Black Lightning and Martian Manhunter decide to get to educating. But meanwhile, we get back to Duke and Cassandra training. I kind of like the sequential art, always a sucker for that. Like that Duke is trying to get up his skills. But we see that this is being narrated kind of by a conversation between Katana and Lady Shiva. And he's like saying, Cassandra is better without you in her life. You don't know her like I do, but I know you, Shiva. Duke and Cassandra won't be dragged into your madness. Oh, and what madness is that, Samurai? And she's like saying, you're a wolf, Shiva. These children will not be your prey. And she was like saying, oh, you still look at them as children. I see that they have potential. I see the same when I look at you. And so basically, this has been a great sparring match between Cassandra and Duke. Really like their relationship. And, she's like saying, I'm going to help you master your abilities with the extra darkness that's flowing around with Ishmael. And she was like, look, I expect limitation for Batman. He's always frightened of what people can become. It's his cowardice. I had hoped you'd be different, Katana. Has Bruce Wayne made you a coward too? So basically, what we have later on is that Katana comes out saying that clean up, Black Lightning's waiting for us. He's going to tell us our next move. But Katana's like, we should finish our conversation. Now, Lady Shiva is drawn very interestingly here. Um, I want to say this is very much an animated style. Um, it's an interesting style. I've always said that Dexter Soy should have that art animated to perfection, but this is definitely an animated style. And they're saying, you two gonna fight? No. You look like you're gonna fight. We're not gonna fight. We're gonna fight. So basically, they make a wager that Lady Shiva says that if I win, I like the shot of Lady Shiva. It shows that she indeed has a madness about her, not as calm and calculated as Dexter made her to look at times. But she says, yeah, if I win, Duke and Cassandra get to choose. Will find Ra's with or without Batman. If they want to join me, you and that school teacher should let them. And Katana says, if I win, you could move to the shadows you love so much. Of course, if you win. And meanwhile, Cassandra and Duke are having a conversation. Duke is saying that I think Batman's wrong. We shouldn't be on the bench. We need to find Ra's and stop him. And Cass is like, Batman has a plan. Maybe he doesn't. Maybe we need to make one for him. And Cassandra's like, hey, you got new powers. It's going to make you reckless. But Duke is like, new powers makes me dangerous, Cass. Don't you like being dangerous? It's like, Duke, Cassandra. And it seems that she lost because she's like saying Shiva needs to speak with you in the dojo. And Shiva's like, Cass asked what her mom wants. It's like what I've always wanted to give you a choice and freedom Batman never could. Help me save the world. So we see that Martian Manhunter is giving a rundown of the weapon that Raish has, at least. Um, he um, he basically said this is conjecture. Ancient tales are all it has, but he has knowledge that the weapon that Raish has comes from a civilization of terraformers. They seem to have to be electromagnetic in nature. The craft that is similar to the one. There's a craft in China that's similar to the one that crashed in Markovia, which Raish picked up. It's like saying it should not be a weapon, but it's in the hands of Ra's al Ghul because it's basically a terraformer. It's meant to terraform technology, and from what Batman tells me, Ra's is a man who turns everything into a sword. And Black Lightning says, "How do we stop it?" Batman has a theory. I find it interesting. Now I release you from my thoughts. Um, so basically, Batman asks, "Hey, your abilities are electromagnetic in nature," and he's like, "Yeah." And he's like, how far have you pushed your powers? And he's like, oh, I can see where you're going. So I like how they're on the same page. Meanwhile, Ra's al Ghul is in an unknown location. And his apprentice or his right hand is saying, hey, the artifact is damaging you. And it's like, it's not a problem. I got the Lazarus Pit to protect me, but pain is irrelevant. He's like, we're going on the edge for the goal. It's like, what happens to me happens to me. We possess the power to hold the world accountable for its sins. Pain is a small price to pay. But your concern is appreciated. So he mentions that hey, he's regaining his strength. Soon it'll be ready, and then we'll force the world to make the right choice. We'll tell the governments to kneel to us. We will tell their heroes to remain silent as we reveal our plans for our civilization. And if they don't listen, then I will share my pain with them, all in the name of my vision. And this is the Ra's al Ghul we know, the ruthless conqueror slash intellectual. So basically, back in Gotham City, Shiva, I don't know why this picture took me by surprise because she was looking extremely peppy. Like, hey, I'm not an assassin, I'm just a rich Gotham socialite. But basically, I like this quote. It's like, I don't live anywhere, I just enter the room, Duke. It's like, Mother has money? No, Cassandra. Mother has power. Money finds power. So we can definitely tell that she has her own agenda, as we should have known, because there's no way that she would willingly like say, "Hey, I'm done with race. I'm here to be a good guy." And so Duke is like, "You want us to disobey Batman?" It's like disobey. He's really got his hooks into you. Batman has no plans for you. He's trapped you in his system, made you soldiers, and kept you from evolving. Ishmael gave you powers over darkness. I want to help you master those powers and use them to protect those who need it. What is Batman doing, Duke? And she's playing on his emotions that he's feeling that he's held back. But Cassandra's like protecting us from you, or he's protecting himself from you. Neither one of you needs him. You should have your own cities to protect, your own names, your own symbols. Tell me and be honest. When you think about Shangul, what do you want? And of course, Duke is like, I want to stop him. It's like, and you, orphan, can't wait. Need to find Raish. No more cities fall. Then that's what we should do. The failed experiment of the outsiders is over. You have nothing, but well, but you have my will. So she's trying to break up the outsiders. And what do you want, Mother? I want both of us. I want you both to come with me, find Raish without Batman's fears of getting in our way. Batman may not be what he used to be. We may have to save him too. So she's using all types of psychology on these young people. So meanwhile, uh, Martian Manhunter decides to leave, and Batman pretty much says that, hey, look, I think your powers can neutralize Race's weapon. With enough practice, you should be able to sense its location. And Black Lightning's like, that's a lot of theory. It's like theory into practice. I've been working on something. Since we first battled Karma, I haven't told you until now. It's like, what are you working on what? Your evolution. which I love that Brian. I love that Brian Hill puts a little bit of a contradictory statement into Sheba, thinking that Batman just holds people back, when in fact Batman is trying to, in essence, level up Black Lightning. So we see that, hey, I want you to amplify your powers, and this should help you track down the weapon. And that's the end of that. I think I'll leave it on here because I just like an optimistic ending. So this was a great issue. Give this a 9 out of 10. The artiste Gleb. Uh, Give me a minute. Let me go back to what his name was again. Gleb Melnikov. Yeah, his art, while Dexter will always be my favorite, I really like his art style. I feel a sense of optimism from it. That's just me. Art was great, dialogue was great, pacing was good. 9 out of 10. Keep up with this series. Love it. So thank y'all for watching. Please like, share, and subscribe, and hit the notifications to make sure you're notified. Once again, I do these reviews for you, the people, because I want good comics and get your views on them. Thank y'all for watching, and I hope to have more videos up later today. Peace.